Hey everyone, this is Abhishek and in this video we'll be creating this text animation. So it's not even 10 seconds and I've already said this like 4 times. So that's the animation that we are going to create today. The project files for this tutorial will be available on Patreon, and if you support me over there you can download it from there. And if you are not supporting me over there, then you might consider it because you will get access to this project files plus all the other templates that are available over there. So make sure to check out my Patreon page. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram because there are a lot of videos that I don't publish on YouTube and they are available on Instagram. So you can check out those videos and share some of your love. And if you find any animation interesting, you can just let me know and ask for a tutorial on it. So with that being said, let's jump into After Effects and get started. Alright, so right now I'm in After Effects, and in order to create this effect we are going to use one of my script which is called 3D Extruder. Now it has both the paid and free versions. You do not need paid versions to create this effect. You can download the free versions from the link in the description below. So after downloading you can install it. All the installation instructions will be over there, and once you install it you can just simply open up from Windows and just enable it, and once you have enabled it you can dock it anywhere you want. So again, you do not need the paid version. You can use this free one to create this effect, but if you want to support me you can go with the paid version as well. So in the paid version you will get some extra features. So once you have installed the script, we are ready to go. So let's begin by creating a new composition, and I'm going to call this text. Width and height 1920 by 1080, frame rate 30 fps, and duration you can go with any. So let's go with 20. Just click on OK. Now I'm going to create another composition and I'm going to call this main. Rest of the things will remain same. Just click on OK. So let's open up the text composition, and over here we're going to select the text tool and we are going to type our text. So you can type whatever you want. I'm going to type stack up, and just select the layer and align it in the center of this composition. And if you're not able to see this line panel, you can go to Windows and just click on here. After that you can select the layer, and if you hold down the Control or Option key, I think on Mac, you can just simply double click on this pan behind tool and it will make the anchor point in the center. Now select the layer, press S on the keyboard, and you can just scale it up however you want, something like this. After that you can select the text layer, and we are going to do some changes over here. So under the character panel you can choose whatever font you want, and once you are happy with the font you can simply click on this fill color, and you can click on this small icon so that it will disable the fill, and now you can see that our fill has gone. So we are going to add some stroke to it. So in order to add the stroke, just simply increase this one, the slider, and you can just type 0.5 like this. So over here you can see we have the text. It does not have any fill. It only has this stroke, just like this. So once you're happy with the text, you can simply go under the main comp and you can drag the text comp over here. So now we are going to offset it in the Z space. So we are going to take the help of this script. So select the text layer and you can change the depth to whatever you want. So let's go with 10 and just simply select it, and if you click on extrude, it will add some 3D depth to it. Now in order to view it you need a camera layer. So go to layer, make sure you are inside the comp, go to layer, new, click on camera, and we can select the camera tool by clicking over here, or you can press C on the keyboard and you can just simply move around. And since it is a 3D layer, so you can just rotate it however you want. So now let's go back to the text layer, and we can select this and you can copy it by pressing Ctrl C, and let's go back to the main. And if you go into the 3D depth comp, you can select and just simply press Ctrl V to paste it on top of it. Right now as you can see that there is no fill over here, so we are going to select the top layer, make sure it's above all this composition, and we are going to simply select the fill color and just set it to black, just like this. And now if I go back to the main comp, here you can see that we have the layer. Just make sure to set it back to 3D, and if I go back here you can change it to 3D as well, and if I go back here you can see that it will align it according to the other layers. Now we can animate it by simply selecting the null layer, and if you click on this you can see we have few options over here. So first of all, we are going to change the 3D depth shadow to 0 because we do not need any kind of shadow, and we can play around with the offset. So for this example we are going to play with the Z offset like this, and you can animate it to get the look that I showed you. You can also play around with the other offsets as well. You can play around with the X and Y offset to get different looks, but for this one we are going to stick with the Z offset. So first align your camera however you want, and after that we are going to select the null object, and I'm going to click on the slider, and if you select the null layer and press U, you can just simply move ahead and you can change this value. So in the beginning let's just make it something like this, and let's move to 1 second and just change it to something like this. You can go however you want, just don't go too crazy. So I think this is looking nice. So, and let's go back to 2 seconds and we are going to change it back to 0, and let's go back to 3 seconds and we are going to change it to the other side just like this. So we have these 4 keyframes, and if I play back here you can see that we have this animation. So you can select all the keyframes, press F9 to ease them, and if you are dumb like me you can copy these keyframes and just simply keep on repeating it. But I know you guys are smart, so you can use this expression. If you hold down the Alt or Option key on Mac and just click on here, and you can type this expression loop out, and under the round braces you can type ping pong just like this. And now if I play back here you can see that our animation will keep on happening even after the keyframes have stopped, so it will just continue on going on. So now we can add some glow to this. So select the layer and you can search for the glow effect. So under the effects and presets just search for glow and just apply it on top of it, and you can play around with the glow radius and stuff like that. So there you go, there you have the look, and you can probably play around with the camera. You can just orient it however you want, and just make sure to put it to a nice angle where you like it. So I think this is looking fine. So this is how you can create this animation. Now if you want to add some really interesting patterns around it, you can simply select this depth layer and you can press Ctrl D to duplicate it, or you can go to edit then duplicate, and after that you can select the bottom layer, and on this one we are going to apply an effect called shift channel just like this. And from here we can change the take alpha from alpha to any other layer. So let's just go with the red, and over here you can see that now we have this interesting kind of effect around our layer. Now if you want to change the look of it, you can simply select the bottom layer and you can play around with the glow properties. You can lower down its intensity however you want. You can also lower down its glow radius and it will give you some different results. You can also play around with the threshold. So this is completely experimental. You can just go around and try different things. You can go for whatever looks good for you. And also make sure when you are doing this effect you have the 8-bit channel, because if you click on it, if you hold down the Alt and click on it, here you can see that now we are in 16-bit. So you get different kind of effect, and if you again Alt click and if you are in 32-bit, then you get this kind of effect which does not look good. So that's why we are going to stick with the 8-bit channel. So this is how you can create this kind of animation. Now editing this is very easy. All you have to do is just simply go over here and you can type whatever you want, and let's go over here and just again type our text, and if I go back here you can see that now our text has updated. So this is how you can create this animation. Now again, if you want to play around with some other stuff, you can just use some other effects. So for example, if I use 12 over this, and I can just simply increase the radius, now you can see we have this different kind of look. So this is completely experimental, and you can just play around with the different effects to get different kind of look. And so this is how you can create this type of animation. Again, the project files will be available on Patreon, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. So with that being said, this is Abhishek, and I'll see you in the next one.